Hi friends, welcome to Dynamic Kit channel. In this video, let's learn about Geodatabase and how to create a Geodatabase in ArcGIS. So generally, Geodatabase, which means it is a format of DBMS, which is Database Management System. So if you have a file format of different file formats, so you need a kind of management system in every format, in not only in GIS, in any kind of field, you need a database management system which will organize your files and it will be easily extractable. So in GIS we use Geodatabase, which has its own advantages to categorize or to categorize and keep a file safe. And if we need to transfer our files from one format to other format, or if we need to transfer our file from one device to other device, this Geodatabase will be very useful. So if you saved a file in a shapefile or in a raster format, so if you need to transfer that file, means you need to transfer the entire file, and if it is a shapefile, means it has different components and different extension files will be there. So it will be difficult if you missed a single file component, then the entire system won't work, or the entire shapefile won't be visible in other devices. So that's why if you stored an in Geodatabase, means which it will be feasible to transfer the data, and it can be visible in all kind of devices. So generally the main advantages of using Geodatabase is it can be its optimized performance. It has an optimized performance. Geodatabase with its future classes and raster data sets delivered optimized performance and enable a seamless management and scalability of the files. So effortless file migration. So if you need to migrate your files, it is no need to have much effort in transfer of files. So simple tools like copy and paste facilities will be easily file transfer between the spaces. So in Geodatabase there are three main components, we all know that feature classes, then raster datasets and tables. So these three important components are there in Geodatabase. And if you have a Geodatabase, means you can store different kinds of file formats like feature classes, cartographic representations, annotations, dimensions, then relationship files, then raster datasets, raster catalog, topology, geometric networks, network datasets, terrain locator, then survey datasets, and also you can keep toolboxes in your Geodatabase. So generally in ArcGIS there are three types of geodatabases are there available. So one is file geodatabase, then second one is personal geodatabase, then the third one is enterprise geodatabase. Each database has its own benefits. So first, if you see personal geodatabase, means it is a single user database. It has an extension of .mdb. So all data sets are stored within a Microsoft Access data files. So and the limit of the size that you can store is up to 2 GB. So if you come to file geodatabase, it has more advantage than personal geodatabase, that it is stored as folders in a file system. It will be stored in a folder in your file system, and each data set is held as a file that can scale up to 1 TB. And even the migration of geodatabase from one system to other system, the file geodatabase will be more benefit, and it is easy to transfer. And the final one is enterprise geodatabase. It has a multi-user geodatabase, and the storage is unlimited size and the number of users. So while if you are using if you are a single user and if you need to transfer a file to others or something, so file geodatabase will be more useful for you. So let's have a look on how to operate this geodatabase and what are the users in ArcGIS. So let's go into the video. So this is Arc catalog. So the easier way to access the file geodatabase is your catalog. So if it will be stored as a file folder, but you can't access through the file folder. So which means you can access through file folders, but you can easily access through Arc catalog. So here this is my Arc catalog. So here I have different files. So first let's have a look on how to create a file folder. So So I have a word of I have a world folder. So here I will create a file folder. Like to create a file geodatabase, simply click the right click, and here you will have a different options like copy, paste, delete, rename, refresh, new item description, and the properties. So click new. So inside the new, we can create a folder. You can create a file geodatabase, personal geodatabase, database connections, then ArcGIS server connection, layer, group layer, Python toolbox, shapefiles, turn future classes, toolbox, database tables, LAS, datasets, address locator, composite address locator. You have different file formats. You can use different components that are in new fold. Inside this, you can just click file geodatabase. So I said file geodatabase has more advantages than personal geodatabase. You just click file geodatabase. So once your file, before your file geodatabase need to create, you just need to name it. So I will just name it as world. So then click enter, and your file geodatabase is created. So inside the file geodatabase, if you need to create some future class or something, you can create. So in ArcGIS, everyone will face a problem like if you run a tool. No? So if you run a tool with the raster, so you need to save that exported file in your folder, but it won't support. So usually we will save in default folder. So default is generally a file geodatabase. So to avoid those difficulties, so once if you store in default means, so later you need to export from default folder, or else the data will be there, but you will get confused while you are working with a lot of files. That's why it's better to create a geodatabase or personal file geodatabase in the folder, and if you keep saving on your files in that geodatabase, it will be useful for you. So inside this geodatabase, if you need to create any kind of vector format, you can create. So inside that you have different kind of options. So here inside this you just click on new. So in new we have different feature data sets, feature classes, table, and raster catalog. So everything will be there. So the thing is, if you are creating a similar kind of feature classes, like if you need to mark the cities or major cities, minor cities, then towns means, so you have different same vector format but with different files. So you can create a feature data set. So it will create a data set. Inside the feature data set, if you can create different layers of shapefiles or feature classes you can create, and you can also add a table. So inside this file geodatabase, so I just creating a feature data set. So inside this I am creating like cities data sets I am creating. So you need to set the coordinate system, whether it should be in geographic coordinate system or projected coordinate system. You need to click. So here I am creating a geographic coordinate system. So I'm clicking. Just it will be easier that if you create an favorite folder, and so usually if you are working with a similar area means, you just use the both useful or both repeated projected coordinate system into your favorite folder. That will be reduce your time. So here just click next. So no need to change any, no need to alter anything, so it can be default. So I have created a cities feature data set. So inside this cities feature data sets, if I need to create new feature class means, I am just go to new and then click feature class. So if you it will be more useful while you are using working with the network data sets. So network data sets usually will work only in the geodatabase file format. So it is more benefited that if you work with the file geodatabase. So easy management system in JS or remote sensing kind of things is working with the file geodatabase. So everyone should know what is file geodatabase and how to work. So here I am creating names like major cities. So my feature is point features. So I am creating. So just click next, and the keyword I am just clicking as default. So inside that feature class, if you need to create your attribute table now, if you are predefined means you can create your attribute table previously, or else you need to create your attribute table later also you can create. So I am creating my attribute table now itself. I am creating like name name will be in text, so I am giving text. So then I am giving like class. So class should be double, so it will be either in number. So I am creating, then I am creating population. So that's all. So I am creating like this. So just click finish. So your feature class feature data set is created. Okay, my feature class is created. So here you can see it is major city. So if you connect with okay, my ArcMap is not connected with internet. So if you connect with internet, if you connect your ArcMap with internet, means it will be easier to access the base maps. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, my ArcMap is connected with the internet. So I am using base map to identify cities. So it is just for your example. So if you have a different data source to extract data, means you can create. Okay, so I am using streets map to take data. So if you are clicking imagery, means it will take time to load. So I am using easier way to take data. So running base map, it is taking time. It is taking time to load. Okay, yeah. My ArcGIS is not connecting with the internet. Okay. Okay, now it will run. Usually I used to off the internet connection to ArcGIS, so to fasten up my work. So if I needed to work with the internet connection, then I will give this connection, or else I can use without internet. Okay. Data set network. Okay, my system taking too much of time to load these things, so I will skip these steps. So you just try with your own laptop. So randomly I just create different points. So just start your features like edit feature, just give start edit. You can start edit by two ways, one through right clicking the layer and another one is through editor, then start edit. So I am creating a point, so I am just clicking the create features, then click major cities, then add a point. So I am randomly creating points, and if you want to add a attribute table also, you can add simultaneously. So name I am giving like Chennai, then class as 1, then population your property will sorry.